What's going on, YouTube? Your boy Bluff City here, back with another one. And let me let you know right now that this story here comes back to the late LSU star Kyren Lacy, man, who took his own life, unfortunately, due to his alleged involvement in an accident back in December of 2024. But new evidences came out that he really had nothing to do with the accident at all. Let me get to this article here by the New York Post, and I'm going to show you guys a news clip. So this is just a quick backstory for those of you who don't know. Matt Ory, the attorney for the late LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy, presented new video during a recent interview with HTV10 that showed Lacy's car was traveling approximately 72 yards away from the fatal December 2024 crash that he allegedly caused, pushing back on the notion of his client being to blame. Lacy, who died of self-deletion back in April, in weeks before the NFL draft, allegedly forced two drivers to swerve head-on collisions while illegally crossing the center line in a no-pass zone to maneuver around slower cars, and the second driver had crossed the center line and collided with another vehicle, which killed 78-year-old Herman Hall, a passenger. Following the accident, Lacy then alleged fled the scene without helping or calling authorities, and he was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run with the death and reckless operation of a vehicle after turning himself in weeks later, according to ESPN. So that's a little bit of the backstory of how this all started. Now I got this video here from the local news in Louisiana on all the new evidence. So here we go.
That's right. So Kyren Lacy's attorney says that he looked at every piece of evidence, including surveillance video, body cam footage, and the investigative report by the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office. During that interview shared with us by Homa TV, the attorney says reports between the District Attorney's Office and state police do not add up. During a recent interview on Homa TV, former LSU football star Kyren Lacy's attorney, Matt Ory, says data and surveillance video shows Lacy was more than 70 yards away from a collision on State Highway 20 in Lafourche Parish that killed 78-year-old Herman Hall in December of 2024.
At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact.
Following that wreck, Lacy was accused of being at fault for the crash and turned himself in to state police in January on counts of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. At the time of his arrest, Louisiana State Police stated that Lacy, who was driving a green Dodge Charger, illegally passed multiple vehicles, causing a vehicle traveling in the opposite direction to avoid Lacy by swerving and crashing head-on into the vehicle that Herman Hall was a passenger in. Ory says Lacy was too far away to have any effect on the crash.
Kyren Lacy did, in fact, pass four cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Kyren Lacy passed four cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall.
In a statement sent to WWL Friday night, Louisiana State Police said in response to the Homa TV interview in part, investigative findings revealed that Mr. Lacy's reckless driving while approaching oncoming traffic led to the events of the crash.
The very last line of the report from the district attorney's office says the evidence submitted in the crash report does not support that Kyren Lacy should have known that his actions were the cause of the crash that happened approximately 72 yards in front of him.
Ory suggests a state trooper was trying to influence one witness on how to describe the crash. But during that exchange, the witness involved in the crash can be heard blaming another driver who is not Lacy before the state trooper redirects the conversation to Lacy's Charger.
That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what's happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me.
So, but the Charger was coming right at you, right, correct? Right. And that's why you had to slam on your brake, the head on with you. So, yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important.
Lacy, one of LSU's top wide receivers set to enter this year's NFL draft, took his own life with a self-inflicted gunshot wound in April.
To this day, formal charges were never accepted by the district attorney. This is over. There's no criminal proceeding.
Done.
This is about making a promise to a kid who begged you to help him.
And we are waiting for a response after reaching out to the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office about the investigation and that Homa TV interview. We also reached out to Matt Ory's office, and we are waiting for a response from him as well. Whitney?
Wow. That is absolutely insane. This whole time, this young man had nothing to do with the accident. Now, he did pass, 4 cars rather quickly or whatever. Like, there's no disputing that part, but he clearly had nothing to do with this accident. There's no evidence supporting that he had anything to do with this accident. And things were just piling on him like I don't know what. He saw his entire life just crumble. Got so bad to the point where he felt he'd just rather go to the upper room. He felt he'd much rather just go to the upper room. He didn't want to deal with this anymore. Man, if he were only alive to see this. But then again, at the time, he was dealing with so much backlash from everyone pointing their fucking fingers at him for this entire thing. Just for after his death, now it's been proven without a shadow of a doubt. He had nothing to do with this. He is completely innocent. But now, with him being dead, now what? What happens now? Excuse me. Are the individuals who tried to point their fingers at him and blame him for this entire thing, are they going to be held accountable? I sure hope so. I sure hope so, because if not, that's not going to be a good look. That's not going to be a good look for the police department in that area, especially after everything we just seen. Man, he was about to be in the NFL draft and potentially live his dream to be in pro football. But being at the wrong place at the wrong time took everything from him. Caused him so much stress, so much pain, so much grievance. He didn't know what to do. He even turned himself in. And now, he took his own life. And he doesn't even get to see that the entire time he had nothing to do with it and he was proven innocent. Oh, man. Now, I mean, unless his legal team can now fight to hold everybody accountable that did this young man wrong, other than that, there's no justice, at least in my opinion. There's absolutely no justice until those people who tried to frame this young man and take everything from him, they essentially took everything from him, which then led to him taking his own life due to the stress. Those people need to be held accountable 100%. Without, there's no question about it. A young man with dreams, with being in the NFL. All he ever wanted to do was play football. All that's gone now. All because of some bullshit accident that he clearly had nothing to do with. Man, can't make this shit up. You just can't. And with that being said, I'm going to end the video right there. I thank you, every single one of y'all, for watching this video to the end. Thank you so, so much. I really do appreciate the support. Also, don't forget to hit the link in my description to my link tree so you can follow me on other social media platforms, as well as support me directly via Cash App or PayPal. And if you choose to do so, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also, I will shout you out in my next video, and that is a promise. So until next time, please be safe out there. Please check on your loved ones. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.